into the 90s, the tradition of harvesting great stories continues. The Dilworth Locomotives arrived the hard way to their first ever region tournament. For Joe Belka and the Locos, it has been a painful road to the region, but traveled by those with great determination. The Locos found a way to win, and in Dilworth, they have celebrated their first ever district title. For the Locos, the road to the state tournament has a few more detours. Bruce Young brings a seasoned veteran team to the region for the third straight year. The Long Prairie Indians have been the true warriors of District 22. Three-time winners, but still no state tournament berth. For Long Prairie, their hopes of a region title sit with Tim Durheim, one of the region's most dominant players. March Madness continues on the Minnesota side of the Red River Valley. We are expecting a capacity crowd here tonight at the Copper Fieldhouse. 64 teams looking for a shot at the region championship, and we are down to the final four as we start the semifinal round tonight. Good evening, everybody. Ed Schultz along with Dana Mock at courtside tonight. We got a great one right off the top. Long Prairie, a ball club that's making its third straight trip to the region, but they have yet to get that coveted region title, and this might be the year, Dana.
Bruce Young thinks this may be his best shot. The first time the Indians came here, they said they were a bit starstruck. The second time, he said, well, we just lost to a better basketball team. Tonight against Dilworth, Bruce Young feels this team may be coming of age at the right time.
Well, tonight, of course, because of the weather, everything's been backed up one night. I think that's going to help this tournament. I think an extra day to prepare and rest up for a lot of excitement is going to help both ball clubs.
Well, I'll tell you what Dilworth has on its mind. The big fella's inside for Long Prairie. Joe Belka has never seen size like that all season long, and Joe Belka is still not at full strength, but according to the head coach, Kip Vossler, he's pretty close.
And we'll be back for the starting lineups of tonight's game between Dilworth and Long Prairie in just a moment. They're celebrating like that because they've never done it before. First time ever, the Dilworth Locomotives are going to the Region 6A tournament. Near pandemonium on the floor.
Tonight's Minnesota Boys Region 6A semifinals featuring the Dilworth Locomotives versus the Long Prairie Indians and the Staples Motley Cardinals versus the Morris Tigers are brought to you by Dilworth Merchants, Long Prairie Chamber of Commerce, Napa Dealers, Harlem Globetrotters, Deegan and Johnson Furniture Company, McLaughlin RV and Marine, Ford Dealers, Simonson Marine, U.S. West Direct, and Gateway Chevrolet Geo.
The Dilworth Locomotives will be facing a challenge tonight that they have not seen in their run to the District 23A Championship. Joe Belka probably a little bit more healthy than he has been in recent weeks, but he is going to be facing certainly the biggest physical challenge by that young man right there, Mr. Dave Ruda, who is all of 6'8" and 250.
He's a large one. I mean, he's got thighs that are bigger than a lot of people's waist. And he's not a great scorer. In fact, he rebounds better than he scores, but he is muscle inside, and he will try and wear down Joe Belka.
I tell you what, old QB, I'd come out of retirement to hit him as a tight end. He's a big one. You can't miss that guy. For the starting lineups of tonight's game, let's go to the PA announcer, Brett Storsved.
Ladies and gentlemen, Concordia College welcomes you this evening to the Minnesota Region 6A Boys Basketball Tournament. Tonight's matchup features the Dilworth Locomotives and the Long Prairie Indians. Your starting lineups. First for the visitors on the scoreboard with a record of 18-5, the Dilworth Locomotives. At one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 14, Jason Rader. At the other guard position, a 6'1" senior, number 24, Randy Flint. At center, a 6'7" senior, number 40, Joe Belka. At one forward position, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Jason Neubauer. At the other forward position, a 6'1" senior, number 42, Jason Selzberg. The Locomotives are led by Kip Bossler. And now your starting lineups for the home team on the scoreboard with the season record of 17-5, the Long Prairie Indians. At one guard, a 5'11" junior, number 21, Dave Werlinger. At the other guard position, a 5'11" senior, number 25, John High. At center, a 6'7" junior, number 55, Dave Ruda. At one forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 45, Brian Young. At the other forward position, a 6'5" senior, number 53, Tim Durham. The Indians are led by Bruce Young.
These kids have been watching the NCAA for 2 days. You think they're cranked up?
Dilworth is kind of banking on one of those NCAA upsets here. They feel that they are the serious underdogs in this basketball game, but they enjoy that role because all season long they were the team picked up and down Highway 10, and they enjoy that new role. Not everybody pointing the finger at them.
Here are the numbers, very similar all the way across the board. Turnovers per game. The Indians turn it over a little bit more because they really run the up-tempo game. 18 turnovers a game does not bother them. Here we go with Big Dave Ruda and Belka tipping it up, and Durham comes away with it. The Indians control. Brian Young will be the point guard right off the top here, and Dilworth opens up in his own defense. There's the big kid, Ruda. He does not average in double figures, but his big contribution to this team is on the boards. And this will be the best rebounding team that Dilworth will have faced all season long. Outside to Young. Quick hands there by Randy Flint.
Long Prairie's idea is to get an up-tempo game and wear out Joe Belka by the second half.
Ruda misses the gimme inside. Taken down quickly by Neubauer. Raider up the floor, and another zone defense delivered by the Indians. A 2-1-2.
The Indians want to test the Dilworth guards. They haven't scored a lot in the last district tournament. Kip Bossler says that's the key. The guards have got to score.
Well, we've got a foul inside, and Dave Ruda getting the interpretation from the official. As Joe Belka limps to the other end of the floor, he took kind of a beating right inside there, and there you see it. A little physical action right away, the official right on it, so they pick up their first team foul, and Ruda his first personal.
And so much for Joe Belka being near 100%. Drop back down to about 75.
Big thing about Belka is that if they can get him hot on the baseline from 15 feet out and draw Ruda away from the bucket and get some guard penetration, I think that's going to be the key to Dilworth tonight. First shot by Rader is no good, and quickly the outlet pass down the floor. Here comes Hobbs, barely controls. Both teams a little bit nervous to start things out here. Back into Ruda, again in tight.
He may turn into a scoring machine tonight. Take it straight to Joe Belka, maybe get big number 40 in foul trouble.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten it down low to Ruda. Belka's going to have to show up defensively tonight. They go inside. Selzler, nice move off the glass and in. He is a very deceiving 6'1" ball player. Pressure now, Rader and company. Young across the line and down the lane and out. Nice movement by Long Prairie against the zone. Now they set down with a low post. We're tied up at 2 here in the early going. And right away, Werlinger. And he can hit him.
Long Prairie's an excellent outside shooting team. 46% on the year, and they're not afraid to put up the 3.
We got a hold inside, and this is going to be on Selzler. That'll be the first team foul on Dilworth. Long Prairie gets it back with a 3-point lead. Zone pressure by Dilworth. And a turnover. Flint in traffic. Shot won't go that time by Selzler. And Dilworth, even though they're down, they got the feeling here, attacking the bucket. Kip Bosler, that's what he wants out of his guards tonight.
Going straight at Dave Ruda, even though they give up a lot of height.
Belka's fouled. They're charging this one to Brian Young. Belka's going to shoot 2. Now, we saw in our district 2 low-scoring games in the 40s, and free throws cannot be taken lightly when you look at a low-scoring game. Belka makes his first one. Indians by 1. I think Kip Bosler wants to come out and pressure the ball a little bit, and maybe that will be his best defense, is keeping it away from Ruda down on the low post. Again, the zone pressure.
Maybe not so much pressing to get a turnover, but to take Long Prairie out of its tempo.
Werlinger onto the wing to Young. Down low, there's Ruda. Nice fadeaway. Won't go this time. Selzler clears it away. You know, he shoots a lot. That must be the game plan. Durheim is their gun. He's yet to shoot the ball tonight.
He's yet to get the ball in tight. In fact, he's kind of roaming around outside.
Selzler stripped away that time by Danny Hobbs. 3 on 2. And he can't get it going, and there will be the first traveling turnover of the ball game. They had the opportunity. Packed house here tonight as we are here for our first semifinal game. Staples, Motley, and Morris to play game number 2 tonight. Down low, Selzler, nice position inside. Ruda's got more to worry about than Belka, and that is only going to help the Locos.
Bosler says Dilworth has got to get more scoring out of everybody, not just Joe Belka.
There's Durheim. What a player. That's the kid you got to watch right there. 53 Durheim, because he is averaging 20 points a game and 12 rebounds.
He picked up where Tim Verdorn left off.
Where is the defense inside for Long Prairie? And Selzler misses the gimme. That was the scouting report on this Long Prairie team.
Tom Critchley and Tom Critchley Jr. went down to see Long Prairie play in the district final, and they said they can score inside, they can score outside, but if there is a knock on the team, it's the defense.
Durheim down low against Belka. And there's foul number 1 on Big Joe Belka. We talked to Kip Bossler earlier tonight. I said, obviously, you got to keep this kid out of foul trouble or you're going to be out of here. He said, yeah.
So far, it appears Long Prairie is taking two different players at Belka. The first few times down, it was Ruda, and now Durheim is getting the ball against number 40. That is a handful for Joe Belka.
And that is his first. And the free throw by Durheim goes.
Long Prairie, number 23, Kent Gustafson.
Dean Stoltz checks in for Jason Neubauer, and a couple of changes here now for Long Prairie.
Stoltz, I'll guarantee you, Stoltz is in for Neubauer to wake up Neubauer. They want him to score. In fact, the other day in practice, they were yelling, telling Neubauer to take the ball to the hole. He's kind of shy about shooting.
Free throw no good. Nalesny in there with a rebound, back outside. This is Gustafson off the bench, puts it on over to Young. Young with a nice drive. We got a foul and a reach-in. And Stoltz just off the bench for Dilworth is going to pick up his first. So we got a close one. We're halfway through the first quarter, and we'll be back.
Second personal. There's a timeout on the floor.
Carpeting, best for less by Voda. Atmosphere of friendliness by Voda. Come on, bring the family. Come on, bring a friend. Come on down the floor to leave your eyes. You can find the carpet. You better look it for. Why not try a Voda? You be coming back for more. Why not? Why Voda? Why not? Why Voda? Why Voda?
Why Voda Carpets, Highway 10, Dilworth.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters, giving it all they've got.
I've got it.
And you can get it too. All the action, all the fun. Sweet. The Harlem Globetrotters, they've got it all.
Who's got it?
I've got it. How sweet it is. The Harlem Globetrotters' biggest world tour ever. And it's rolling your way. See the Globetrotters Thursday, March 29th, 7:30 p.m. at the Concordia College Fieldhouse. Tickets at all stop-and-go stores and the Fargo-Moorhead YMCA. Long Prairie is a super town. The following merchants are proud of what the Long Prairie Indians achieved this season. Ben Franklin Store, Countryside Plumbing and Heating, First National Bank of Long Prairie, Lake Country State Bank, Long Prairie Area Chamber of Commerce, Long Prairie Education Association, Long Prairie Leader, Long Prairie Medical Center, Long Prairie Pharmacy, Poppins Monograms, State Farm Insurance, and Whirlinger Mitchell Insurance Agency. Long Prairie, a community in progress.
Well, as we're halfway through this first quarter, we haven't seen anything we didn't expect. A hard banging inside game between Ruda and Belka. We've seen the baseline unprotected by the Indians a couple of times, and Selzler's shown up for a few buckets tonight, missing a gimme as well. So if he can continue to work that baseline, Dilworth could be in business. Young misses his second three-pointer, made the first one. Selzler clears it out. Here comes Randy Flint. Stoltz staying in the game after the timeout. Coming in now is Kringler in the corner. Back outside. And a man-to-man defense. They get Belka up top from 15. It won't go. And here come the Indians quickly. Interesting how Dilworth brought Belka up top against that man-to-man.
Dilworth went into that flex offense, but defensively they'll settle for the zone.
Gustafson hits his first shot. And now the Indians lead it by 4. Back to the man-to-man. They're working Durheim against Belka. Ruda's on the bench right now. And Flint's going to be fouled on the shot. That one's going to be on Dave Whirlinger.
Well, this is what Kip Bossler wanted. The guards, they've been doing an excellent job of ball handling, but they certainly haven't scored for the Locos. Kip Bossler said to take the heat off the inside game, these guards have got to take the ball and shoot it more. They're just a little shy.
Flint to the line. Neubauer in the ball game as the big kid Joe Belka sits down for a breather as the Indians are on a 5-0 run over the last 90 seconds of play. And the substitution countered as Bruce Young sees Belka being out. He sends in his big guy, Dave Ruda. Now, I wonder if Kip Bossler, he's talking it over right now. This is a chess game going on. He's saying, oh, I wish he hadn't have seen that. The lefty Flint misses 2. Rebound pulled down. Nalesny outside. They go to Ruda, but a nice takeaway by the Locos. Selzler has come to play tonight. Stoltz up the floor. They trail it by 4. Biggest point guard in the district right there. Back outside to Randy Flint.
And by big, you don't mean tall.
Yeah, he could shoulder that kid inside if he wanted to. They ought to post him down low. And a foul outside, and that's on Whirlinger, and he's learning how they're calling him up in Moorhead, I'll tell you that. He didn't expect that to be called.
Second on Whirlinger. And he's kind of the QB back there.
Brian Young is going to check back in for Long Prairie as Whirlinger is going to sit down. Rader back in for Dilworth. Long Prairie with 3 turnovers. The Locos only 1 so far. Kringler outside, left alone. Back to Rader. They're running the flex offense now against this man-to-man. Selzler from 15, and he's got it. We're inside the 2-minute mark, and it's a 2-point game here in the first quarter.
Selzler has 6 of Dilworth's 8 points.
Stoltz almost got the turnover, but it's Nalesny with the bucket that time. Back to a 4-point lead for the Indians.
Defense didn't get back for the Locos that time.
Many people expected this to be a blowout. Dilworth playing very well early on. Inside Selzler against Ruda. Whoa, that's a battle. Too strong, he's fouled. And Ruda, they're going to work on him. There's something else to counter here, too.
Ruda's going to get in trouble, and I think Kip Bustler is hoping that Bruce Young will take him out because Joe Belka is getting ready to check back in. See the foul. Ruda was all over. And, of course, a guy like that, officials are going to look at. He's so big, so much bigger than anybody else that
he can't help but playing physical.
That's right. He just barely bumps him, and they go flying.
Well, he comes out, Belka in. Roger Lowe checks in for Long Prairie. And Selzler, I said he came to play tonight. He's got 6 of Dilworth's 8 points tonight, and that is the 3rd free throw that the Locos have not been able to connect on. And they don't get the roll there either. And a loose ball, and they're staying with Dilworth.
Off of Durheim. Certainly shouldn't be like Dilworth is not used to these rims because this is the 8th time the Locos have played at the Cobber Fieldhouse this season.
Durheim only 2 points so far in the ball game. 4 points, excuse me. Time for the key,
Newby, as he's called, got the wake-up call after that timeout.
And that cuts it to 1. First 3-pointer of the game for Dilworth. They break the pressure nicely. The Indians turn it over. Durheim couldn't save it. Loose ball still in the corner. He did save it. And now it's got shades of 18 turnovers from way outside. Brian Young.
The coach's son has got the green light anytime he wants to. He's one of their best 3-point shooters, and he's just a sophomore.
Selzler, this is Belka. Boy, gets his shot off quickly, and he misfires. Here come the Indians again. Durheim on the baseline, and he walks. It's going back to the Loco.
Ran straight into Joe Belka that time and put on about 3 head fakes. None of them worked. Joe Belka remained on his feet, and Durheim traveled, turning the ball over back to the Locos.
Well, we've seen the tempo pick up a little bit the last several possessions. This is Jason Rader outside against a man-to-man. Flint. Selzler. Ooh, almost an offensive foul, but he'll take the bucket. Nothing called. I think this pressure has bothered Long Prairie's tempo a little bit. Ooh, we got a push on Rader. Klingler going to check in now. He came to the scorer's table without his glasses on. I didn't recognize him. Young outside. And they just throw it away. And Roger Lowe has got a pretty good arm. But with 9 seconds remaining, Kip Bossler's team is going to have a shot, and they've got a chance to take the lead with a 3 or tie it up. Inside to Belka. Nice hook. Oh! We're tied at 15 at the end of 1. This has got to be an emotional lift for the Locos.
Kip Kiso leads Morris against Bernie Salty and Staples Motley. It's a semifinal showdown next on WDAY Sports.
From the #1 boat dealer in the Dakotas comes the #1 boat in America. Bayliner 1990. McLaughlin's RV and Marine brings you more for your money. And we make buying a new boat fun and easy. Own a new 17-foot Bayliner for less than $100 a month. Or save $1,400 on this 19-foot Bayliner. And if you're looking for a larger boat, this beautiful 20-foot Capri can be yours for less than $146 a month. Get ready for summer fun at McLaughlin's RV and Marine. 320 South 27th Street in Fargo.
Have you ever considered Dilworth? They have a new housing development, new retail businesses, and a quality school in a small-town environment. The Northwestern State Bank is excited to be part of Dilworth and its future. They believe the best way they can help Dilworth is to help present and future customers achieve their own potential for growth. Call them and tell them how they can help you. The Northwestern State Bank, a full-service personal bank for the 90s, of people helping people, FDIC insured, and an equal opportunity lender.
We've got something for everyone, and we've got something for you.
Come see what's happening during Archie's Spring Thing. Register to win a 16-foot Lund fishing boat or a windsurfer to be given away April 28th. Register weekly for other prizes to be given away. Special customer interest seminars will be held weekly, plus there's a spring fashion show.
At Archie's Place, have we got something for you?
To close out that first quarter, Dilworth on a quick 4-0 run, and here's how they finished out.
Quick little jump hook by Joe Belka. Ironically, the 2 big horses for each team. Belka with 4 points, Durheim with just 3, and there are the numbers for the first quarter.
Well, the turnover is not inordinarily high for the Indians. They like the up-tempo game, and here's Belka quickly. They're sagging on him, and a turnover there.
No movement without the ball for the Locos that time. Belka got it inside. Everybody else was, well, their feet were cemented into the tartan surface.
Donnie Hobbs outside, and they're setting up against this zone defense. And Dilworth may lose a little rebounding advantage in this zone, I think. And we got a foul after the shot by Hobbs. This is going to be offense, too.
Ball number 8, it's number 55.
Ruda.
Dave Ruda, and that is his 3rd personal, and we have just started the second quarter. And Jason Neubauer is going to go to the line. You know, Bruce Young mentioning to our crew when they worked out here on Saturday that, you know, his team never gets the calls here. 17-15, Dilworth out in front. And Selzler with the turnover. Rader.
The first guard to score for the Locos. Jason Rader inside off the turnover.
Nice defense by Flint. Stopped the cross-court pass, and they are able to get back on D. Dilworth, this is the best I've seen them play all year, Dana, because they have really strategically have to execute on some key elements of the game. And Ruda's shot inside is going to count, and it's going to be a 3-point play opportunity. And Neubauer is going to pick up the foul.
Little NBA continuation here, I think.
I think you're right. That was a little late, but it's going to go. Durheim couldn't board it. Selzler, he is playing well tonight. Flint sets up against his own. Belka wasting no time, and that's what he's got to do. Ruda clears it away. Dilworth leads by 2. Werlinger It's it on over to Young. Dilworth content with that zone and a 2-point advantage. Ruda with 3 fouls and still in the game. For 3, Young won't get it. Jason Rader on the rebound, and he
got away with one.
They extended the court on the near side for Dilworth to keep it. Kip Vossler's laughing about that one. Belka. Oh! A 10-foot hooker. Holy smokes. Nice penetration by Dave Werlinger. And that's what Long Prairie's got to do. This up-tempo game is only going to favor them. That's what they've played all year. They go with many times a 4-guard rotation. Rader, NBA. Oh!
Shades of Aaron Anderson. No conscious.
No distance. Another 3. Look out. Brian Young warms up the nets for the Indians.
2 for 2 from 3-point land for Brian Young. Of course, when everybody hits, everybody thinks they're hot.
Neubauer and Belka misses the gimme inside, and Ruda with the D makes it work for the Indians. Challenging the baseline again, and we got a foul called inside as Werlinger took it down low. And this is going to be on Randy Flint.
Looked like he may have been out of control, but Randy Flint.
I think he knew he was going to get fouled, and he just took the crossover dribble and right down the left side of the lane looking for contact.
Flint appeared to have position, but then kind of shied away, knowing he was going to get hammered.
Well, Dave Werlinger, who's averaging just 6 points a game, to the line.
If he keeps up with his stats, he should miss this one. He's a 55% free throw shooter.
4:58 remaining in the first half, and they're going to sit big Dave Ruda down and bring Roger Lowe in. Smart move there. They need the big guy for the second half. And we're back to an even at 24. This is not what Long Prairie expected. They thought they'd have at least a 10-point lead by now. Selzler, Rader. This is Belka against Durheim. Nice battle there. Doesn't go. And it's going to the Indians. But that's a nice situation for Dilworth. You got Selzler and Kringler banging the boards on the opposite side of Belka. They're going to need that.
And even though they're giving up a lot of inches to Durheim and Ruda, you know, they're good rebounders. Kip Vossler has all the confidence in the world in them. 3 ties and 3 lead changes, and again, the Indians.
Brian Young, another 3-pointer.
3 shots, and he quickly leads all scorers with 9 points.
Rader. You know, Dilworth just did not have very good shooting percentages in the district either, and they're warming up tonight. They're down by 3, and we'll be back.
It's here at your Northland Ford dealer. Spring price meltdown. $119 for a bedliner. $6.9 financing. Or up to $1,500 cash back. It ends soon. Spring price meltdown at your Northland Ford dealer.
At Vegan Johnson Furniture downtown Hawley, you'll find super savings in every department. Quality furniture to spruce up any room in your home. Buy now and save during their March anniversary sale at Vegan Johnson Furniture.
Good morning, America is like my cup of coffee.
Good morning, America. It helps me start my day off right.
Leading the news this morning, we have an update on that situation.
They're themselves. Just somebody you'd like to have breakfast with.
Join us.
On WDAY TV.
Now let's still look to push it now. We gotta still look for Dave. Wing, let's get out and go.
Let's go. Black. It's at the board. We got time. Wait till the buzzer blows.
Bruce Young, the head coach of the Long Prairie Indians, his team a surprise winner over Melrose in District 22, 50-49. He's in his 5th year, and his lifetime record is 187 and 159. So he's got lots of W's, and he's been here now for the 3rd straight time.
Looking to get the goose egg off the Long Prairie scoreboard. Losing in its first 2 years here.
Doing a little floor maintenance down on the other end right now. 5 3-pointers for Long Prairie, including 3 straight for Brian Young. So you may see Dilworth's zone defense loosen up a little bit and come out and cover him a little bit more. And he's averaging only 7 points a game. So here in the first half, he's gone above what he normally does. Neubauer outside to Rader. Dave Ruda, the big 6'8" kid on the bench for Long Prairie. This is Rader, and it won't go. Selzler in tight, and he didn't know where he was. He didn't know how to put that second shot up.
He spun around and ended up underneath the hoop and couldn't get it above the rim in time.
Durheim, he is so tough along the baseline.
Start nicknaming him Snake right now, the way he operates on that baseline.
Belka, they're collapsing on him. Rader with a nice drive. Too strong. Belka over Durheim. Durheim gets this one. So it's a 5-point Indian lead. Their biggest of the ball game, in fact. Young has hit 3 in a row. He holds it. Durheim in the corner. 10-0 run right now for Long Prairie. Dilworth has been cold. This is Young on the drive. He's fouled.
He made up his mind to go into the lane, and he did. Joe Belka got him. And the shot counts. Great determination by Young.
So now the Indians have got an opportunity to go on a 13-0 run, and they have. Dilworth has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And this is their biggest lead of the game for Long Prairie, 32-24.
Kind of coincides with the fact that Long Prairie has gone back to his zone, too.
Roger Lowe picks up his foul. Down low, and Selzler's going to the line. This is where they really count. Jason Selzler.
Headed for the Air Force Academy.
Belka, strong inside. Well, we got a travel on Belka. Belka not liking the call by referee Bobby Nick. Brian Young, and he's hit 4 in a row from 3-point land. And that's a 16-0 run for Long Prairie. Flint gets the roll.
Dilworth's first basket in quite a while.
Durheim. And a foul going to be on Neubauer, I believe.
I believe you're right. Good strong move inside by Durheim. Belka altered the shot, but Neubauer kind of backed into him.
2:08 to go in the first half. Biggest lead of the game for either team, sitting at 9 points. Well, this is what Dilworth did not want to have happen before halftime. Get down maybe 8, 9, or 10 points. They wanted to stay close with him and get the big guy in foul trouble. So they've given up a 16-2 run right now over the last 3 minutes, and that really has been their only lapse of the ball game.
And Bruce Young really wasn't quite sure as to who he would start for this game. He usually waits to see who practices well the week of the game. I think he made a good choice by picking Brian Young, his son. Young leads all scorers right now with 15 points. How don't think he's missed from three-point line. 4 for 4.
4 3-pointers in a row for Brian Young. And they're letting him go. That's about his best defense they've put on him. Neubauer getting out there.
4 for 4. In fact, I don't think he's hit the rim yet on one of them. It's been nothing but net.
2:08 to go here in the first half. 35-26. Long Prairie looking for the up-tempo game. Kip Bossler, head coach of the Locos. They've never won the region. This is their first ever region appearance after winning their first ever district last week. Dilworth only 3 turnovers, but it's been the hot shooting of Long Prairie that's been the downfall of the Locos here. This is Tim Durheim, and he misses that free throw, and Neubauer pulls it down. Raider, they are heavily collapsing on Belka.
3 players are surrounding Belka at all times. When he wants the ball, he's out at the three-point circle.
And he's got it on the 2-point line. That will draw them out to a man-to-man, I'll guarantee you. Good pressure by Dilworth, but Werlinger dishes off to Durheim.
Well, Werlinger certainly knows how to handle pressure. Give me the ball, I'll dribble through him.
That can really get your guards in foul trouble, too. He's kind of a reckless ball handler. Raider. Foot on the line. They'll give him only 2 with 1:18 remaining in the first half. 7-point lead now for the Indians. Good zone pressure by Dilworth, but they break it here. Durheim, he does it so well. Went right around Flint. Tell you, Durheim's got a nice drive. We're inside a minute.
Good feet. One quick move and he was gone.
Into Belka, in traffic. Nice touch.
That was like a football concentration drill. So many hands that ball had to go through before it got to Belka.
And it had hardly no trajectory over the iron. Werlinger gets the roll. He had just the right English on that. With 30 seconds remaining here in the first half, that's the story.
By far the highest scoring game we've televised.
Raider, he may have walked, he did. Yeah, this was our score, almost the final Dilworth-Hawley the other night. Kringler's going to check in, and they're going to wisely take Belka out of the game with 26 seconds left. He's playing with 2 personals right now. They don't want to get him in foul trouble. Good move by Kip Bossler there.
One shot, Bruce Young yells.
And there you see the time. Werlinger outside. Kringler's on him. They'll try to box him. He goes baseline. And it's going to Dilworth with 7 seconds left. Now they'll put Belka back in.
Number 40, Joe Belka.
Kringler comes out, and this is really a gamble, Dana, if they're going to take a 3-pointer anyway, to have Belka in the ball game with only 7 seconds remaining in the half. Raider gets it over to Flint. Flint's got 5 seconds to work with. Raider's got to cast it. He does. It might not go. If it did, it would not have counted. So the Long Prairie Indians showing up with a real fine performance and the lead here at halftime, 41-32. Let's go to Dana Mock with Bruce Young.
Bruce Young, your impressions on the first half?
Well, it's a little bit higher scoring ball game than I expected because they've extended their 1-3-1 out a little bit tougher than I saw, in the quarterfinals when I was up there to scout them. So at first we were a little bit tentative and we were afraid to take the ball at the hole, but Werlinger's starting to do that for us now, and we got a couple buckets out of Durheim down deep, and I think that's why the score's a little higher than expected.
Ruda's got 3 fouls. Is that a problem or not?
Well, that's a big problem, and he's been off the floor, and we're leading, but we need him, obviously, to counter their big guy inside, and I felt, a couple of those fouls were, a little close there, and and I thought maybe he got by throwing us around down this end. So we'll see how it goes second half.
Final question, does your son have the green light in the second half?
They have the green light. All my guys have the green light. I don't know if it doesn't make a difference if it's my son or who it is. If they're hitting, we want them to shoot the ball.
Best of luck, Coach.
Okay,
Thanks.
Well, his son is 4 for 5, Brian Young, from three-point land, and that has really been the difference here in the first half. When we come back, we'll take a look at the FM Acro team. The B squad, I guess they call it. At halftime, Long Prairie has the lead 41-32. Watch 2 memorable fishing adventures this week on the Great Outdoors. Saturday, we'll return to southwestern Alaska, searching for the ultimate fight on light tackle, the rainbow trout. Then we'll travel to one of the most picturesque lakes in Ontario, where a beautiful sunset provides the backdrop for exciting nighttime walleye fishing. Canadian walleyes under the moonlight on the next edition of the Great Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors with Ed Schultz, Saturday night at 6:30 on WDAY Sports.
Tonight on 2020, Bryant Gumbel speaks out, answers his critics in a no-holds-barred interview with Barbara Walters.
Why don't you tell us the story of Deborah Norville and Jane Paulin? And Bryant Gumbel and what part you played.
Plus, the labels say now degradable, safe for the environment. But a 2020 investigation finds these products may not do what they claim. Watch 2020 with Hugh Downs and Barbara Walters.
Tape delayed tonight following Nightline on WDAY.
Back live at the Khyber Fieldhouse, we're at halftime, where Long Prairie leads Dilworth by a score of 41-32. And for the next few minutes, let's take a look at the FM Acro team, the B squad. Heck of a show, and we'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
Kip Kiso and Morris, Bernie Salthy, and defending champion Staples Motley. Mark Torgerson leads his Tigers against Lynn Peterson's Cardinals for the other spot in tomorrow's championship game. It's a semifinal showdown. Next on WDAY Channel 6 Sports.
Arsenio's new interpreter will now translate his joke
Vi ste jako dobri navijači.
into the native tongue of Yugoslavia.
I hope she's saying what I'm saying.
Say what?
You could be standing there just telling the Yugoslavian people, Triangle Head is dying the death of a dog.
The universal word for laughs is Arsenio.
Don't miss Moon Unit and Dweezil Zappa, MC Hammer, and Billy D. Williams right here on the next Arsenio Hall Show.
Midnight Friday on WDAY.
Well, after 2 quarters, it's Long Prairie by 9. The only positive thing I think we can say about Dilworth right now as far as a defensive standpoint is concerned is they've got one of the big guys, Dave Ruda, in trouble, foul trouble with 3, and that is a concern of Bruce Young.
And Dilworth is shooting better than they have shot in quite a few weeks, but so far it hasn't been good enough.
41 points given up by the Locos in the first half. It even surprised Bruce Young and Kip Bossler for him to keep the scoring pace alive for Dilworth. I think what they've got to do is shoot a little bit better from the outside. They're 2 of 5 from three-point land, 5 of 8 for the Indians. That really has told the story here down the stretch as they protect now a 9-point lead going to the second half. Belka with 10. He's showing up tonight. Selzler has played a great floor game. Picked up a couple of turnovers, got some key rebounds, and he's got 8 points so far. He is playing a great floor game. The backcourt, Raider with 7, Neubauer, and Flint with 2. The Indians, Young's three-point shooting has been the real key here. He hit 4 out of 5. They're 5 out of 8 from three-point land. Let's go to Dana Mock with Kip Bossler.
Kip Bossler, your impressions of the first half. That was a wild one.
They're shooting awful well. We tried all speeds. We tried to slow them up a little bit. We tried to speed them up a little bit. I don't know if they shoot that well. It's going to be a long night.
Is that tempo going to bother you?
I think we got a few new twists to pull in here, but looking at the clock, we're in a similar situation we were last Friday, so we're pretty confident.
What's got to happen offensively?
We just got to move the ball up the court. The problem is we want to slow them down, but we want to speed ourselves up. That's a tough combination.
Thanks, Kip.
For that to happen, they're going to have to control the boards. So we go to the second half, and Joe Belka with 2 personal fouls. And Dave Ruda with 3. He, of course, the 6'8", 250-pounder for the Long Prairie Indians. It is not easy to get to the Final Four of the region. 64 teams, and they're down to 4. First time ever, Dilworth Locomotives, champions of 23A. And for Long Prairie, their 3rd appearance. They are the home team tonight here, and the Locos are the visitors.
And that spells bad news for Dilworth if they believe in superstition. Green uniforms bring luck as long as St. Patrick's Day is just a day away. The Locos have never lost this year wearing their green uniforms. That's why they switched with Hawley in the district final last week. They wanted to wear those greens because it's a good luck charm.
Well, Long Prairie's going to open up the second half with the ball, and with Dave Ruda on the bench with 3 fouls, they'll save him for later. Dilworth opens up in a man-to-man defense. This is going to force Belka to really go after Durheim. Durheim also works well away from the ball. First shot inside will not go, and it's going to go to Dilworth as Roger Lowe, who did not start the first half, misses the first shot inside. So here come the Locos. Only 2 of 5 from three-point land in that first half, and Neubauer, he can't make it any better.
Neubauer is a guy who's got to get on track offensively for Dilworth to be successful.
Well, he's averaging 13 a game, and he has only got 7 in the first half.
There have been games when he scored 24 one night. The next night, he'll go down the road on Highway 10 and not score or score 2 points. I mean, they're just not quite sure which Neubauer is going to show up.
Oh, Belka doesn't like the call. That'll be his 3rd.
I think this is what is called a touch foul. Belka over the top, and sometimes they're called, sometimes it's not.
Taken away by Neubauer. Nice play. Over to Rader, and here come the Locos. Selzler inside to Belka. Nice touch.
12 points now for Belka.
And 3 fouls. They go back to the zone, and now Ruda's going to check in for Long Prairie on the next whistle. They started out very physical here, and Ruda picked up a couple of quick ones. Werdlinger running the show against the zone, onto the wing. And that's going to fall. Donnie Hobbs, good for 6 a game and a couple assists. Rader way off the mark. Neubauer in traffic, and they lose it. Nice offensive board by Dilworth that time.
And Neubauer did the right thing, taking it straight to the hole, but I think instead of dishing it off, maybe he should have shot the ball.
Werdlinger outside to Hobbs. Bruce Young directing traffic from the side here. And now they run a little bit more of a pattern underneath. Ruda's down at the low post. He has it. Pops it out. Onto the weak side to Werdlinger. Young hot in the first half. He's cooled off. His first three-pointer of the second half won't go. Neubauer clears it away. Flint. Belka's left alone. He's dangerous from there. So Belka, he is keeping Dilworth in this game.
Great second half start for number 40.
He just does not have much trajectory on that ball at all. Durheim. Dilworth doubling up on him. Down low. Durheim, nice play. Selzler couldn't do anything. Durheim gets position down there. He is so tough. Really plays well with his back to the basket. Selzler in traffic, and he just works as hard as he can for that one.
The guy who wants to be a pilot goes into traffic and comes out A-OK.
Durheim, look at him work that baseline. Ruda follows. Durheim is showing us that he really doesn't need much room to get around people on the baseline. Rader! Three-pointer for the Locos. Hobbs. Durheim follows. He can't get the shot off, and it's going to the Locos. And it's a 6-point game at the 4-minute mark, and we'll be back.
There's a timeout on the floor.
At Vegan Johnson Furniture downtown Hawley, you'll find super savings in every department. Quality furniture to spruce up any room in your home. Buy now and save during their March anniversary sale at Vegan Johnson Furniture.
Your Heartland Chevy dealers are overstocked with four-wheel drive full-size Chevy trucks, so we're selling them way under what you'd expect, with cash back and option discounts that save you over $3,000 on four-wheel drive, two-wheel drives. Over 740 trucks total to choose from. $750 cash back to make your choice easier. Take advantage of our overstock discounts now. Get a new Chevy truck for under less than you'd imagine at your Heartland Chevy dealer. In the Heartland, we drive Chevy.
A brief profile of the foremost television journalists in the world today. ABC News. We're changing the face of television news.
You're looking at a packed house at Concordia. In Moorhead, Minnesota, semifinal action of the Region 6A basketball tournament. The Locos trailed as many as 9 points, have cut it down to 6. This is the closest Dilworth has been since they were down 29-26 in the second quarter. We're at the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Belka against Ruda. Air ball, nothing called. Belka thought he was hit.
I don't know if his arm was hit, but he may have been muscled out farther than he thought he was.
Kip Bossler working on Bobby Nick, looking for a call, and on the other side, Belka was lobbying to the other official, looking for a call. He walked. Brian Young turns it over. It's going back to the Locos. Dilworth has got to feel like they're in great shape right now.
Kip Bossler said they've been in this book before.
Selzler, triple team. Belka, he may have walked. He did.
In the game for the Indians, number 23, Kent Gustafson.
Here it is.
Yeah.
And just that one little stutter step did it.
I think because he was favoring his knee, he ended up walking that time. 9 turnovers for the Indians, and they throw this one away.
He had his man picked out when he fell down. He came straight back up and threw to that spot where the man was, but the man had moved.
Now this is going to be the third possession that Dilworth is going to have to score without Long Prairie scoring. Stoltz. And Durheim clears it away. So a golden opportunity for the Locos to even things up, and they can't do it at the 2:44 mark of the third quarter. Ruda, so tough inside.
You're not going to stop that when Ruda gets it that close to the hoop.
The guards did a nice job of getting it into him, too. Gave him a perfect pass. Raider for 3. His second three-pointer of the second half. Gustafson. We got a foul there. That's going to be on Stoltz. That is going to be the second team foul on the Locos. Gustafson looking to put it in play. Gets it outside to Werlinger. Gustafson. Oh, a three-pointer for the kid off the bench. He's good for 5 a game, and there's 3 of them.
And darn near hit some wires coming down from the top of the ceiling because he put that up so high because Belka was out on him.
3 seconds called on Selzler. Inside the 2-minute mark in the third, an 8-point lead now for the Indians, and they have the ball. They led by 9 at halftime. Durheim. He walked, and a 3-second call as well on Ruda on the other side of the lane. So take your pick. Flint's going to come back in for Dilworth. Stoltz will come out with 1:32 remaining. Now, Dilworth had opportunities here in this third quarter to cut it to 2, and they missed possessions. Here they are again. And Bobby Nick, the official, calling it on Selzler. It's a double foul.
That's the second personal. Foul call at Dilworth, number 42, Jason Selzler. That's his third
foul on both players. Jump ball possession to Dilworth.
Yeah.
First time I've seen that one.
Flint. Belka in traffic. The thing that makes him so good is he wastes absolutely no time going to the iron.
He's got his mind made up when that ball is coming into him.
He knows what he wants to do with it. He walked.
Popular call tonight. Popular violation.
I think the Long Prairie Indians are starting to tighten up a little bit. Now this is a golden opportunity again for Dilworth. They're down by 6. Neubauer, he'll pass up the 3. We're in the, oh, he'll take it, and it's gonna go! All of a sudden, the Locos are alive inside a minute, down by 3. Werlinger. Brian Young. Gustafson hit the last one from the corner. This is Durheim in traffic, and a foul called. And Flint, standing right there, picks up the foul. That's going to be the 15th foul on Dilworth, and that's going to put him to the line.
Watch him collapse, but then Flint reaches in. If he wouldn't have reached in, I think, you know, Dilworth has the ball again with a chance to go within 1, maybe tie with a 3-pointer.
Durheim rims it.
The Dilworth run has started when it got Long Prairie to play a slow-down game, a half-court offense.
Kringler comes in as Randy Flint's going to sit down. 30 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. A 3-point game, Long Prairie with the lead. Durheim missed his first attempt. Now he gets this one. They lead it by 4. Selzler. Belka and Durheim down on the low post.
Trading elbows.
Rader, he's hit a couple of 3-pointers here in the 3rd quarter. They've got 10 seconds to do something. Neubauer. Belka, nice fade, short off the iron, and it's coming out to the Indians, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. So down by 9 at halftime. The Locos have chipped into the lead a little bit, and now they trail it by 4 as we go to the 4th quarter. Staples, Motley, and Morris waiting in the wings, and we'll be back.
Kip Kiso leads Morris against Bernie Salty and Staples Motley. It's a semifinal showdown next on WDAY Sports.
We've got something for everyone, and we've got something for you.
Come see what's happening during Archie's Spring Thing. Register to win a 16-foot Lund fishing boat or a windsurfer to be given away April 28th. Register weekly for other prizes to be given away. Special customer interest seminars will be held weekly, plus there's a spring fashion show.
At Archie's Place, have we got something for you?
There is a marine dealer that does it right. Simison Marine is your Mercury outboard dealer. At Simison, that special commitment goes a long way when making an investment.
We try to fit the customer into a boat that fits his needs. We try to determine what the customer needs, not just sell a boat.
Every unit is rigged perfectly and lake tested. Making an investment is a two-way street. That's why Mercury Outboards and Simison Marine lead the industry with experience and trust. Simison Marine, your authorized Mercury Outboard dealer. Long Prairie scored only 1 point in the last 2 minutes of that 3rd quarter. And Dilworth outscored him 17-12 in the 3rd quarter, and a little bit better from three-point land here in the 2nd half has made a big difference for the Locos. Rader with 2 3-pointers.
Locos shooting 50% from three-point land. The Indians 60%. I'd say the jitters are gone for this tournament.
But high turnovers. Both teams shooting much better than what they did in the district. Dilworth goes back to that zone. Both Ruda and Durheim are in the game. Ruda has not picked up his 4th foul, but we got a 3-second call again on Ruda. Well, when they get the parquet in here in Concordia, kids will have a better idea where the paint is. Rader
in the works.
It is. Selzler against Ruda. He's playing him loose because he's got 3 fouls. And the Locos are on a 19-12 run here. Durheim, double teamed, it doesn't matter.
Boy, he just hooks right around his man immediately, a lot like Joe Belka. Just drops his shoulder and goes to work.
Well, he better watch that elbow because that could be determined by some officials as an offensive foul. Belka, they're sagging on him. Off balance, doesn't get it. Ruda clears it away. Young has been quiet here in the third quarter. Had a big first half with 4 3-pointers. And we got a foul on Selzler holding Durheim, and he's going to go to the line shooting 1 and 1. And the fouls are not evened up. 5 fouls now on Dilworth and only 1 on Long Prairie. That's 4 on Selzler. So if they lose him, they're down to Neubauer and Belka for rebounding power. Durheim short off the iron. So the foul really isn't all that bad considering they're down by 4. Belka, nice move. Short won't go though. Look at Neubauer in tight and he's fouled.
Belka had his mind made up to go for the rebound after the Neubauer rebound, but he was hit on the arm when it went up.
Second team foul.
And Belka goes over Whirlinger.
Belka came down on the floor that time instead of forcing himself to land on his knee.
For the Indians, number 23, Kent Gustafson.
And Neubauer. Dana, I really am surprised. I thought Long Prairie was going to blow out Dilworth tonight. The Locos have really impressed me. They're within 2.
I think Dilworth gave us a little Don Morton. Kip Vossler did his Don Morton imitation saying, we don't have much of a chance. You know, we're the real underdogs, and Long Prairie is so experienced.
And then he gave us some Earl Solomonson. We said, you got to keep Belka in the game. He said, there isn't any doubt.
What it is that
Neubauer picks up his second personal. And so Brian Young, you see Kip Vossler. Young goes to the line.
he's their best at the free throw line, 78%.
You know, you brought up a real good point that time when you said that the tempo changed, and that's when Dilworth made a run. And such is still the case. They've cut it to 4, and we've not seen the baseline-to-baseline game that Long Prairie likes to play. Neubauer in traffic, needs help. Oh, he's going to the iron.
43, push.
And this is going to be on the other side of the lane, and that's going to be on Roger Lowe.
Roger Lowe, second personal.
Neubauer had no place to go, looked to give it outside. Everybody left him. He turned around, and he was wide open, kind of short-armed it. And as Ed said, on the other side of the lane, Lowe called for the push.
And that's only the 3rd team foul on Long Prairie. They get into Belka, and he's fouled. That'll be the 4th team foul on Long Prairie here in the second half.
Number 23.
And Belka's shooting 2.
First personal foul.
Kip Vossler, Little Critchley, and Craig Anderson, the coaching staff for Dilworth. And Joe misses his first one. Durheim over the back is Rader, and we'll go to the other end and shoot. No, that's on Kringler, excuse me. Kringler over the back that time.
Kringler was one of the heroes for Dilworth in the District 23A championship game against Hawley, off the bench. Some key free throws, some key baskets.
Donnie Hobbs checks in now as Gustafson sits down. Hobbs Hobbs and Werlinger in the backcourt. They're not guards that'll hurt you as far as scoring, but they're pesky with the ball, the way they handle it.
Durheim is ice cold from the line.
They really penetrate and dish well to the big guys. Neubauer challenging the lane, and he's rejected. Kringler, it goes! Three-point play opportunity for Kringler. I think Kringler, out of nervousness, threw it up.
I think Neubauer thought he got fouled. The ball tipped right out to Kringler. He throws it up and in, and they call a foul on Durheim.
You know, you can see that replay again as the free throw goes. Belka anticipates that ball on top of the iron so well, he was at the top of his jump. We got a one-point game with 5:35 remaining in the ball game. Donnie Hobbs off the bench.
And now we have Long Prairie back into the slowdown game. They don't like this.
Young out to Hobbs. This is Werlinger. Their guards have been quiet outside of Young tonight. Durheim, and Belka lets him go by, not wanting to get his fourth foul.
Durheim won the battle of position that time, and Belka did the smart thing by letting him go. It's a great pass inside from the guard.
Yeah, because there's 5 minutes left. Neubauer, look at Belka inside. Jump ball call. Oh.
Neubauer is finding his offensive zone tonight. He's going to go to the hole a little bit more down the stretch. Belka means business, and a quick jump ball call between Werlinger and Belka. Position goes to Dilworth.
And it goes to the Locos, and here comes Flint outside to Rader. Belka against Ruda. Oh, Belka has come to play tonight.
And I think he even gave a quick look over here.
Oh, they're almost threw it away. Young's got to save it, and he can't. Donnie Hobbs off the bench, throwing the ball away.
Kind of a gamble pass with just 4:40 remaining, and it's such a tight game.
Seltzer checks in as Kringler, who made the big three-point play that pulled him within one, goes to the bench. Jason Rader with the ball against a man-to-man. Here's Belka again! The franchise has arrived at the Khyber Fieldhouse. The Locos have taken the lead, and unfortunately there is an injured player down, and that looks like Dave Werlinger, the backcourt guard for Long Prairie, and he is in pain. There's a timeout on the floor. Let's see if we can see it. You know, it's got to be his knee. The Locos have taken the lead by one with 4:27 to go, and we'll be back.
Pizza Hut bets you can't resist this new deal. Right now, get a Pepperoni Lovers, Cheese Lovers Plus, or Meat Lovers Pizza for just $8.99, or any two for $12.99. Pepperoni Lovers, piled with pepperoni. Cheese Lovers Plus, 3 cheeses and the choice of 2 toppings. Or Meat Lovers, loaded with 6 delicious meats. Pick one for $8.99, or any two for $12.99. It's a deal you're guaranteed to love.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
American Gold Gymnastics presents Gold in Motion 8. The annual fundraising performance will be held Sunday, March 18th, and will include the FM Acro teams, plus the elite competitive and developmental team. The music will be provided by the Wild Oats Band with Elvis Pearsley. Gold in Motion 8, Sunday, March 18th, 3 p.m., Concordia Fieldhouse. The show is partially sponsored by Red River Valley Sports Medicine, Hardy, Stop and Go stores, and the Melrose Company. Tickets available at American Gold or area Stop and Go stores.
Getting things ready for planting can be easier than it used to be, because just as you've kept up with the times, so is Napa. Today, Napa is good for a lot more than filters and batteries. Count on us for most of those equipment needs, from belts to PTO parts, hydraulic cylinders and hoses to disc bearings. So go ahead and take that winter inventory. Then come to your nearby Napa store and let us help you get off to a better start this spring. We're Napa, where there are no unimportant parts.
Dave Werlinger helped off the floor, but there you see it right there. His right knee looks like a little hyperextension, Dana.
Just kind of buckles on the tartan surface there. It's just one of those freak injuries, and it's a critical loss for the Indians because Werlinger is kind of the quarterback of this basketball team.
Dilworth on a 4-0 run the last 38 seconds to take the lead by 1. And Belka has truly been the all-star here in the second half tonight for the Locos.
He's wearing Jordan shoes, and he's starting to play like Michael Jordan. He's the money man, and Dilworth is making no bones about it. They're going to go to the big fella inside.
Hobbs, he'll run the show now, along with Gustafson, now that Werlinger is out. This is Brian Young, the three-point ace. At least he's been that way tonight. And Neubauer with the steal. Nice play by Neubauer. Their biggest lead since the second quarter. Another turnover. Their 16th turnover on the night. The Locos with 3:48 to go. Selzler rejected by Buddha. Big time defensive play inside by the big 6'8" kid out of Long Prairie.
Not only stopped the scoring threat, but stopped the little momentum Dilworth had built up.
Belka. And that is his 4th personal foul with 3:32 to go. It has been a tremendous performance tonight by Joe Belka. He has really had to battle competition he has not seen this year.
And you can't tell me a college coach wouldn't like to see this. As the competition gets stronger, so does Joe Belka.
Ruda pulls the Indians within 2 with 3:32 remaining. Packed house at Concordia. What else could you ask for? Short off the iron. Rader clears it away. Kip Vossler on his feet. Selzler. Oh, he had the English on that one. He didn't know whether to go iron or backboard that time.
And usually when you don't know, you usually brick it, but he didn't.
Biggest lead of the second half. For 3, it's Hobbs. And Neubauer comes away. We got a foul and down low on the baseline by Durheim. Dilworth is on an 8-1 run to overtake the Indians. Let's see if we can see it.
The three-point shot is short. Great position by Neubauer, and right around the backside.
Werlinger, who was injured just a moment ago, you see the concern that Bruce Young has got, the head coach of Long Prairie.
Right now, Bruce Young is thinking, what does it take to win at Concordia?
This is an upset, if it holds. Jason Neubauer, 13 points a game and 7 rebounds. And he's got the green and gold cranked up tonight. 2 big free throws. We're at the 3-minute mark, a 6-point lead for Dilworth. Their biggest of the second half. Gustafson can't make it go. Again, Neubauer clears it away. It looks like Long Prairie's in the frantic offense.
Starting to panic a little bit. Panic with 3-pointers, and there's 2:45 left.
He's fouled by Ruda. That'll be his 4th.
I don't think this is what Kip Vossler wanted. It's about a 15-foot fadeaway by Belka, and I think Vossler was saying, slow it down. Let's take some air out of the ball. Let's work the clock a little bit.
You know, you notice on that shot right there how Belka knows his range. That was not a fadeaway. That was a turnaround and straight up. He wanted to challenge Ruda on that shot. Instead of going with the fadeaway, challenge him and trying to make him foul him, and that's exactly what happened. Smart player by Belka. He knows that Ruda's got 4 fouls, and Belka cans 2, and it's an 8-point lead for the Locos. Don Dresser's over there ready to break programming. He's so excited. Werlinger. And that's going to be on Neubauer. I believe Durheim is going to go to the line off the rebound.
The shot that did go in does not count, though.
And Bruce Young wants a timeout, and we'll do the same. The Locos here in the fourth quarter have overtaken the Indians by 8.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters, giving it all they've got.
I've got it.
And you can get it too. All the action, all the fun. Sweet. The Harlem Globetrotters, they've got it all.
Who's got it?
I've got it. How sweet it is. The Harlem Globetrotters' biggest world tour ever. And it's rolling your way. See the Globetrotters Thursday, March 29th, 7:30 p.m. at the Concordia College Fieldhouse. Tickets at all stop-and-go stores and the Fargo Moorhead YMCA.
Bruce Young in his huddle telling his team to stay poised, keep your composure. On the other hand, Kip Bossler saying, "Do you realize we've never won in the region before?"
An 8-point lead with 2:28 to go.
Well, Long Prairie has got only 1 point over the last 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Dilworth on a 12-1 run to get their biggest lead here of the game at 8 points. Now it's down to 7 as Durheim hits the free throw. He'll get another one.
But this baby's far from being over the way Long Prairie can hit the threes.
And a big rebound comes to Selzer, and I believe possession's going to Long Prairie. It is. Lots of time left, 2:26. Guards have not been a big scoring factor for the Indians here in the ballgame tonight. Only one is in double figures. Nice dish down low from Werlinger to Durheim. And they cut it to 5. Dilworth is not out of the woods yet. And they throw it away. Flint tried to get Belka on the side.
Flint made the mistake of getting up in the air with no place to go with the ball. Had to panic a little bit and try and thread the needle, and it didn't work.
Werlinger lost possession. Foul call. Werlinger, out of frustration, comes up with a backcourt foul. And now Randy Flint's going to have a chance to redeem himself and hit a 1-and-1 here.
Ball knocked away a little bit. Werlinger dives after it. Flint gets it, and then watch Werlinger just bump him from behind. This may not turn out to be a bad foul because Randy Flint is the worst loco from the line, hitting just 41%. Money.
Werlinger, that was his 4th personal foul. Yeah, Money is right. The lefty puts it down. He'll get one more here. They lead it by 6, 2:02 remaining. And he rolls one in. And the Loco fans are feeling the victory inside the 2-minute mark. Werlinger for 3. He's got it. They're going to give him 2. Put on the line. Flint up the Raider. Belka, what an athlete. Saves it nicely. Raider. They learned that at a camp. Belka may have forced the shot. Selzer, possession's going to the Locos. The Loco fans, they are feeling the victory with 1:27 remaining. They lead it by 5. And we're in to Bruce Young's huddle.
Somebody else got ball.
Yeah, somebody's got a call.
You got 4 too.
On the press, Dave, why did you leave? We still had the trap coming here, and the big guy stand out here. Get out here and play interception. He hit it with the guard to basket. Now, we got to go to the press hard. We don't get the trap here, or back on this side, then you got a foul. That's it. If you don't get the trap, it's got to be a foul. That's it.
Somebody's got a foul. Let's go.
Down the other end, we got to take it to the hole.
We did it before. Let's do it again.
The hole, okay?
Almost desperation time now for the Long Prairie Indians.
And you could hear Dave Werlinger saying, I can't foul. Werlinger has 4. Ruda has 4.
Well, they can't afford to have Ruda give up the foul because he's their rebounding strength. And he's on the ball as Flint's going to put it in bounds. Neubauer over to Flint. Selzler, he is tied up quickly, and that could be an intentional. Brian Young. 1-1.
That's a third personal foul.
If the Locos hold on here, this will no doubt be the biggest victory in Kip Bosler's coaching career. They only get bigger from here on out. Selzler, he's played a great floor game tonight. Ruda clears it away off the missed free throw. They're down by 5. You see the time. Werlinger in desperation. All the way across. Young can't save it. It's going back to the Locos. That's just a mistake out of frustration. Dribbling into the corner, getting tied up, and tossing it. Timeout, Dilworth.
3rd and 1 and throwing the bomb.
Flint couldn't find anybody. He wisely calls timeout to avoid the turnover. You know, if Dilworth wins this game, we may have the green light to go in Bosler's huddle after tonight.
And the jinx will be off the white uniforms. They can wear them again.
Now, Long Prairie's on a 5-2 run. They've got 6 3-pointers on the night, but their average is 18 turnovers, and they're there tonight as well.
And coming from behind is nothing new for Dilworth. They trailed Hawley at halftime. By 16 points, I believe, and came back and beat Hawley for the District 23A title.
Well, they were down by 9 at halftime tonight, 41-32. They outscored Long Prairie 17-12 in the 3rd quarter, and they've done even more damage than that here in the latter part of the 4th quarter to take the lead. They led by as much as 8. Now they're protecting a 5-point lead. There he is, the Silver Fox. He's on press row tonight.
He only works Friday night games, so he doesn't have to get up early in the morning.
I'll tell you, he's had March Madness more than anybody with the Locos in the stretch run here. Nice way to break the pressure by Dilworth. And the foul there, Randy Flint's going to the line with 1:03 remaining.
Made 2 last time he was at the free throw line.
Every Region 6A semifinal we've had over the last 6 years has gone to the wire. Or at least it seems that way. Durheim off the missed free throw. Inside a minute remaining. It's 3-point time now for Long Prairie. Werlinger. He dishes outside to Gustafson. Young, he had all kinds of 3-pointers in the first half. Didn't go. There's Ruda inside. It's a 3-point game. They get it into Rader. Back over to Flint. Long Prairie's going to have to foul, and they do. And they foul the right kid.
Bruce Young has been looking at the stat sheet. Flint hits 41% of his free throws. They know who to foul.
And he wants a timeout before Randy Flint goes to the free throw line.
Timeout, Long Prairie Indians.
Bruce Young playing the mind games with the free throw shooter and also setting up his next offensive play. Not a great free throw shooting team off Highway 10. And Flint at 41% will be going to the line.
You know Bruce Young knows who to foul. He told his players in that last huddle.
Take it in the hole, look for the dump, push it inside if it's there. You know, let's not look for any particular thing. Then we got to fall right away. Right away. I don't care if you got 4 fouls or not. Your man gets the ball fouled. Let's go. Okay, got 14. Now we got to time out.
They can't be picky with 32 seconds left, trailing by 3. They'll take anything. To the line. You know, you look at this, Dana. This is a big 1-on-1 situation here. This is a big free throw coming up for Randy Flint. He misses this one. And Ruda and the fellas from Long Prairie have got a chance to tie it up with a 3. Kyber Fieldhouse, home of the Region 6A basketball tournament. And what a great one it's been over the last decade. Another character builder here tonight. Flint, another but net. He might shoot only 41%, but he just upped her to 100 with the heat on. He gets the roll. It's got to be a three-point shot for Long Prairie. Werlinger won't go. Ruda and Durheim let it go out. It's going back to the Locos, and that could do it.
Ruda lost the handle. Durheim couldn't pick it back up.
Rader gets the ball in play, and again, Randy Flint's going to the line as Donnie Hobbs comes up with a foul.
You know, if Randy Flint is supposedly the worst foul shooter on Dilworth's team, you'd think that they would try and inbound the ball to somebody else. But then again, their best free throw shooters are their big fellas. Neubauer, Belka, Raiders at 64%. Maybe they'd flip-flop it.
Missed free throw. Down by 5. Young. It won't go. Werlinger off the glass. Ruda, foul inside. That'll put him to the line with 9 seconds to go. But that may not be enough. Dilworth has outscored Long Prairie 23-14 here in the fourth quarter, and one of the big reasons is that young man right there, Jason Selzler. He's fouling out, but his rebounding and pressure D has played a big part in this one tonight. There's the story. And Dilworth outscoring Long Prairie 23-14 here in the fourth. And Long Prairie's on a 7-2 run here. And they're still down by 5. This place is going to explode in about 9 seconds if the Locos hold on. Too strong for Ruda. Belka clears it away, and he's quickly fouled. Belka's stock as a college player has gone up about 50% tonight. He has outplayed Ruda and Durheim. He's taken the challenge. He's had some help with Selzler and Neubauer on the boards. But when it was tough going early in the second half, it was big number 40 who got the Loco train moving tonight. The Loco fans, they are loving it. Belka misses the second one. It's academic. Werlinger's going to miss the 3. First time ever, the Dilworth Locomotives have advanced to the Region 6A championship game. A great come-from-behind victory for Dilworth. The Locos are coming back tomorrow night. 73-67 is the final. A great performance by Joe Belka. Great poise down the stretch by the Locos, erasing a 9-point deficit and showing tremendous character. Kip Bossler, you got to be proud of this outfit.
These guys aren't going to quit. You tell them they can't win, and we're going to win. These guys got a lot of heart, and they're going to go for it till the buzzer.
Dana made a good point that when the tempo slowed down, it went to your favor. Belka really went to work.
We wanted to slow them down, but in the same point, we try to speed ourselves up a little bit so that we can get one-on-ones inside rather than getting the double on Joe.
Is this Belka's best performance considering who he was playing tonight? I mean, when you had it tough going early in the second half, he put some life in your team.
I think so. You know, I just said before, when you fill the stands up, Joe comes to play, and that happened tonight.
Pressure's on. These kids answer to the call.
We'll be here tomorrow night, I'll tell you that.
How's it feel, Coach?
It feels great.
All right. Kip Fossler, head coach of the Dilworth Locomotives. And the kid who made it happen here in a big second-half performance, Joe Belka. Hey, you're the franchise kid. Nice job.
Thanks a lot.
What were you thinking going up against these two kids tonight, Ruda and Durheim? I know as a tandem, you have not faced those kind of players this year.
No, we've never gone anyone against, that big against us, and we knew we had our work cut out for us, but we came in prepared.
Joe, did you have a tough time reading how the officials were going to call this one tonight? Because it seemed like there were a few picky fouls, and yet you had to kind of play a physical game with these big kids.
Yeah, the refs really weren't in our favor tonight. They were letting them get away with a lot of stuff, and it seemed like they were calling tight on us, but we did a good job playing with how the officials were going to call it, and it worked out for us.
All right, all the talk all week long, Dilworth, the underdog. Did you guys use that as motivation?
We sure did. All year long, everyone said we couldn't win the big game, and we heard that we were the underdogs. We just came in and gave it all we had.
Joe, how big of a challenge was it for you tonight to bring this team through? I mean, it'd have been terrible for you to end the season tonight if you had, like, 6 points and 5 rebounds or something. I mean, you came up with your average tonight.
I was thinking about that before the game, and I knew that I'd have to have a big performance, and everyone came through for us, and the second half we really played well.
I thought your guards did a nice job of handling the heat down the stretch.
Our jobs did a great job. Our guards are awesome, and hopefully tomorrow night we'll put it together again.
Are you looking forward to playing Bernie Saldi? Now, I said on the tube here a moment ago that you have upped your stock about 50% as a college player. Now, if you get a shot to go head-to-head with Bernie Saldi, that's got to mean something to you.
I've been looking forward to that all week long. I've been kind of looking ahead, and I've been against Bernie at basketball camp, and he's pretty good, but I think I can do the job.
All right, Joe, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night. Ho-ho, is he cranked up? The Locos with the upset in the Region 6A semifinals in front of a packed house. Biggest win ever in Dilworth basketball history. 73-67. We'll be back with more Region 6A Minnesota basketball coverage on WDAY in just a moment. Isn't all that bad considering they're down by 4. Belka, nice move. Short won't go, though. Look at Neubauer in tight, and he's fouled.
Belka had his mind made up to go for the rebound after the Neubauer rebound, but he was hit on the arm when it went up.
Second team foul.
And Belka goes over Whirlinger.
Belka came down on the floor that time instead of forcing himself to land on his knee.
And for the Indians, number 23, Kent Gustafson.
And Neubauer. Dana, I really am surprised. I thought Long Prairie was going to blow out Dilworth tonight. The Locos have really impressed me. They're within 2.
I think Dilworth gave us a little Don Morton. Kip Fossler did his Don Morton imitation, saying we don't have much of a chance. We're the real underdogs, and Long Prairie is so experienced.
And then he gave us some Earl Solomonson. We said, you got to keep Belka in the game. He said, there isn't any doubt.
What it is that
Neubauer picks up his second personal. And so Brian Young, you see Kip Fossler. Young goes to the line.
he's their best at the free throw line, 78%.
You know, you brought up a real good point that time when you said that the tempo changed, and that's when Dilworth made a run. And such is still the case. They've cut it to 4, and we've not seen the baseline-to-baseline game that Long Prairie likes to play. Neubauer in traffic, needs help. Oh, he's going to the iron.
43, push.
And this is going to be on the other side of the lane, and that's going to be on Roger Lowe.
Roger Lowe, second personal.
Neubauer had no place to go, looked to give it outside. Everybody left him. He turned around and he was wide open, kind of short-armed it. And as Ed said, on the other side of the lane, Lowe called for the push.
And that's only the third team foul on Long Prairie. They get into Belka and he's fouled. That'll be the fourth team foul on Long Prairie here in the second half.
Number 23.
And Belka's shooting 2.
First personal foul.
Kip Vossler, Little Critchley, and Craig Anderson, the coaching staff for Dilworth. And Joe misses his first one. Durheim over the back is Rader, and we'll go to the other end and shoot. No, that's on Kringler, excuse me. Kringler over the back that time.
Kringler was one of the heroes for Dilworth in the District 23A championship game against Hawley, off the bench. Some key free throws, some key baskets.
Donnie Hobbs checks in now as Gustafson sits down. Hobbs and Whirling are in the backcourt. They're not guards that'll hurt you as far as scoring, but they're pesty with the ball, the way they handle it.
Durheim is ice cold from the line.
They really penetrate and dish well to the big guys. Neubauer challenging the lane, and he's rejected. Kringler, it goes! Three-point play opportunity for Kringler. I think Kringler, out of nervousness, threw it up.
I think Neubauer thought he got fouled. The ball tips right out to Kringler. He throws it up and in, and they call a foul on Durheim.
You know, you can see that replay again as the free throw goes. Belka anticipates that ball on top of the iron so well, he was at the top of his jump. We got a one-point game with 5:35 remaining in the ball game. Donnie Hobbs off the bench.
And now we have Long Prairie back into the slowdown game. They don't like this.
Young out to Hobbs. This is Whirlinger. Their guards have been quiet outside of Young tonight. Durheim, and Belka lets him go by, not wanting to get his fourth foul.
Durheim won the battle of position that time, and Belka did the smart thing by letting him go. It was a great pass inside from the guard.
Yeah, because there's 5 minutes left. Neubauer, look at Belka inside. Jump ball call. Oh.
Neubauer's finding his offensive zone tonight. He's going to go to the hole a little bit more down the stretch. Belka means business, and a quick jump ball call between Whirlinger and Belka. Position goes to Dilworth.
And it goes to the Locos. And here comes Flint outside to Rader. Belka against Ruda. Oh, Belka has come to play tonight.
And I think he even gave a quick look over here.
Oh, they're almost threw it away. Young's got to save it, and he can't. Donnie Hobbs off the bench, throwing the ball away.
Kind of a gamble pass with just 4:40 remaining, and it's such a tight game.
Selzler checks in as Kringler, who made the big three-point play that pulled him within one, goes to the bench. Jason Rader with the ball against a man-to-man. Here's Belka again. The franchise has arrived at the Khyber Fieldhouse. The Locos have taken the lead, and unfortunately there is an injured player down, and that looks like Dave Whirlinger, the backcourt guard for Long Prairie, and he is in pain.
There's a timeout on the floor.
Let's see if we can see it. You know, it's got to be his knee. The Locos have taken the lead by one with 4:27 to go, and we'll be back.
Pizza Hut bets you can't resist this new deal. Right now, get a Pepperoni Lovers, Cheese Lovers Plus, or Meat Lovers Pizza for just $8.99, or any two for $12.99. Pepperoni Lovers, piled with pepperoni. Cheese Lovers Plus, 3 cheeses and a choice of 2 toppings. Or Meat Lovers, loaded with 6 delicious meats. Pick one for $8.99 or any 2 for $12.99. It's a deal you're guaranteed to love.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
American Gold Gymnastics presents Gold in Motion 8. The annual fundraising performance will be held Sunday, March 18th and will include the FM Acro teams, plus the elite competitive and developmental teams. The music will be provided by the Wild Oats Band with Elvis Pearsley. Gold in Motion 8, Sunday, March 18th, 3 p.m., Concordia Fieldhouse. The show is partially sponsored by Red River Valley Sports Medicine, Hardee's Stop and Go stores, and the Melrose Company. Tickets available at American Gold or area Stop and Go stores.
Getting things ready for planting can be easier than it used to be, because just as you've kept up with the times, so has Napa. Today, Napa is good for a lot more than filters and batteries. Count on us for most of those equipment needs, from belts to PTO parts, hydraulic cylinders and hoses to disc bearings. So go ahead and take that winter inventory. Then come to your nearby Napa store and let us help you get off to a better start this spring. We're Napa, where there are no unimportant parts.
Dave Werlinger helped off the floor, but there you see it right there. His right knee looks like a little hyperextension, Dana.
Just kind of buckles on the tartan surface there. It's just one of those freak injuries, and it's a critical loss for the Indians because Werlinger is kind of the quarterback of this basketball team.
Dilworth on a 4-0 run the last 38 seconds to take the lead by 1. And Belka has truly been the all-star here in the second half tonight for the Locos.
He's wearing Jordan shoes, and he's starting to play like Michael Jordan. He's the money man, and Dilworth is making no bones about it. They're going to go to the big fella inside.
Hobbs, he'll run the show now, along with Gustafson, now that Werlinger is out. This is Brian Young, the three-point ace. At least he's been that way tonight. And Neubauer with the steal. Nice play by Neubauer. Their biggest lead since the second quarter. Another turnover. Their 16th turnover on the night. The Locos with 3:48 to go. Selzler rejected by Buda. Big time defensive play inside by the big 6'8" kid out of Long Prairie.
Not only stopped the scoring threat, but stopped the little momentum Dilworth had built up.
Belka. And that is his 4th personal foul with 3:32 to go. It has been a tremendous performance tonight by Joe Belka. He has really had to battle competition he has not seen this year.
And you can't tell me a college coach wouldn't like to see this. As the competition gets stronger, so does Joe Belka.
Ruda pulls the Indians within 2 with 3:32 remaining. Packed house at Concordia. What else could you ask for? Short off the iron. Rader clears it away. Kip Vossler on his feet. Selzler. Oh, he had the English on that one. He didn't know whether to go iron or backboard that time.
And usually when you don't know, you usually brick it, but he didn't.
Biggest lead of the second half. For 3, it's Hobbs. And Neubauer comes away. We got a foul down low on the baseline by Durheim. Dilworth is on an 8-1 run to overtake the Indians. Let's see if we can see it.
The three-point shot is short. Great position by Neubauer, and right around the backside.
Werlinger, who was injured just a moment ago, you see the concern that Bruce Young has got, the head coach of Long Prairie.
Right now, Bruce Young is thinking, what does it take to win at Concordia?
This is an upset if it holds. Hasten Neubauer, 13 points a game and 7 rebounds. And he's got the green and gold cranked up tonight. 2 big free throws. We're at the 3-minute mark, a 6-point lead for Dilworth. Their biggest of the second half.
Gustafson can't make it go. Again, Neubauer clears it away. It looks like Long Prairie's in the frantic offense.
Starting to panic a little bit. Panic with 3-pointers, and there's 2:45
Belka!
left.
He's fouled by Ruda. That'll be his 4th.
I don't think this is what Kip Vossler wanted. It's about a 15-foot fadeaway by Belka, and I think Vossler was saying, slow it down, let's take some air out of the ball, let's work the clock a little bit.
You know, you notice on that shot right there how Belka knows his range. That was not a fadeaway. That was a turnaround and straight up. He wanted to challenge Ruda on that shot. Instead of going with the fadeaway, challenge him and trying to make him foul him, and that's exactly what happened. Smart player by Belka. He knows that Ruda's got 4 fouls, and Belka cans 2, and it's an 8-point lead for the Locos. Don Dresser's over there ready to break programming. He's so excited. Werlinger. And that's going to be on Neubauer. I believe Durheim is going to go to the line off the rebound.
The shot that did go in does not count, though.
And Bruce Young wants a timeout, and we'll do the same. The Locos here in the 4th quarter have overtaken the Indians by 8.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters, giving it all they've got.
I've got it.
And you can get it too. All the action, all the fun. Sweet. The Harlem Globetrotters, they've got it all.
Who got it?
I've got it. How sweet it is. The Harlem Globetrotters' biggest world tour ever. And it's rolling your way.
See the Globetrotters Thursday, March 29th, 7:30 p.m. at the Concordia College Fieldhouse. Tickets at all stop-and-go stores and the Fargo Moorhead YMCA.
Bruce Young in his huddle telling his team to stay poised, keep your composure. On the other hand, Kip Vossler saying, do you realize we've never won in the region before?
An 8-point lead with 2:28 to go.
Well, Long Prairie has got only 1 point over the last 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Dilworth on a 12-1 run to get their biggest lead here of the game at 8 points. Now it's down to 7 as Durheim hits the free throw. He'll get another one.
But this baby's far from being over the way Long Prairie can hit the threes.
And a big rebound comes to Seltzer, and I believe possession's going to Long Prairie. It is. Lots of time left, 2:26. Guards have not been a big scoring factor for the Indians here in the ball game tonight. Only one is in double figures. Nice dish down low from Werlinger to Durheim. And they cut it to 5. Dilworth is not out of the woods yet. And they throw it away. Flint tried to get Belka on the side.
Flint made the mistake of getting up in the air with no place to go with the ball. Had to panic a little bit and try and thread the needle, and it didn't work.
Werlinger lost possession. Foul call. Werlinger, out of frustration, comes up with a backcourt foul. And now Randy Flint's going to have a chance to redeem himself and hit a 1-and-1 here.
Ball knocked away a little bit. Werlinger dives after it. Flint gets it, and then watch Werlinger just bump from behind. This may not turn out to be a bad foul because Randy Flint is the worst loco from the line, hitting just 41%. Money.
Werlinger, that was his 4th personal foul. Yeah, Money is right. The lefty puts it down. He'll get one more here. They lead it by 6, 2:02 remaining. And he rolls one in. And the Loco fans are feeling the victory inside the 2-minute mark. Werlinger for 3. He's got it. They're going to give him 2. Put on the line. Flint up the Raider. Belka
What an athlete. Saves it nicely. Raider. They learned that at a camp. Belka may have forced the shot. Selzer, possession's going to the Locos. The Loco fans, they are feeling the victory with 1:27 remaining. They lead it by 5. And we're in to Bruce Young's huddle.
Please refrain from throwing your article. Do not throw confetti, airplanes, or fingers. For safety purposes, please do not throw paper articles.
Somebody else got 4.
Yeah, somebody's got to get
You got 3, you got 4 too.
On the press, Dave, why'd you leave? We still had the trap coming here, and the big guys stand out here. Get out there and play interception.